Aloha, Happy New Year, and welcome to the
Just Intersection.
That was guitarist Dave Stryker, vibraphonist Steve Nelson, organist Jerry Gold, and drummer McClinton Hunter doing a grooving Harvest for the Moon, the Isley Brothers anti-war protest song using some real hip reharmonizations from his latest album, 8-Track 2, which has held the number 2 position on Jazzweek radio chart for 3 weeks now. On this album, Dave came up with the hip renditions of classic pop tunes from the 70s. To name just a few, you'll hear What's Going On, Trouble Man, When Doves Cry, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours. This is Dave's follow-up of 8-track album, and it's a groove. He's at Dave's, STRYKER.com. Aloha, jazz lovers. Wherever you are in the world, Happy New Year. Yes, and I'm back. And welcome to a belated jazz session. This one titled Better Days Ahead from Allison Adam Tucker's album Wanderlust. So, no matter what happened in the election, let's look for better days ahead. Besides Allison, you hear pianist Robert Rodriguez, the Jazz Thieves, the Jazz Drama Program, saxophonist Leigh Pilzer, Buselli Wallarab Jazz Orchestra, and the Catalano Chamberlain Sanborn collaboration. We start the show off with 7 outstanding musicians called the Cookers, and music from Exotica on the Jazz Intersection.
enchantments, enchantments, only meant to be a phase. I was taken by your ways, enchantments, embraced by enchantments, though we knew it couldn't last. When our destiny had passed, enchantments, what began as a song and a phrase, then one night your sweet eyes met my gaze, charmed by the deepest enchantments, enchantments, like a spell out of the blue. I fell so in love with you. Enchantments.
Yes, that was the tantalizing sounds of saxophonist Noel Jukes and the seductive voice of Kay Kostopoulos and pianist Grant Levin, featuring Carla Kaufman bass and cello and David Rokech drums. Doing Horace Silver's Enchantment from the album Exotica, Black Olive Jazz. Black Olive Jazz is a group from the San Francisco Bay Area. Exotica was an idea conceived by Kay, Noel, and Grant, and Kay's background is in theater, and she wanted to perform dramatic material that could be considered both exotic and modern jazz, hence Exotica, with and by contemporary composers and jazz legends. And this is a swinging, groovy album. They're at blackolivejazz.com. Before Exotica, we heard the septet of hard bop jazz masters The Cookers from their Smoke Sessions debut album, The Call of the Wild and Peaceful Heart. We heard Beyond Forever. Trumpeter David Wise assembled this gathering of master elders. The core of the band features tenor saxophonist Billy Harper, trumpeter Eddie Henderson, drummer Billy Hart, pianist George Gables, and bassist Cecil McBee. And in his second outing with the band, alto saxophonist Donald Harrison. The Cookers Band benefits from more than 4 decades of rapport and shared experiences, as well as first-hand knowledge of the cymatic shift in the music that younger musicians only know through records and stories. They're at smokesessionsrecords.com. Next, pianist Robert Rodriguez, the Jazz Thieves, and the Jazz Drama Program on The Jazz of the
the Brooklyn way. Hip young bros walk in the park, wanna make their mark. Crowd through beers, ease their fears. Will I have to grow up? Yes, spoke the man at the bar. Just don't go too far. He was as old as the earth. That man has a magic word. His words to them were quite clear. Have another beer. Sure, grow up. You're not pups, but don't lose your joie to be. They had no clue what he meant, but just more beer cans spent. He was as old as the earth, and that man had the magic word. His words to them were quite clear. Have another beer. Oh, sure, grow up. You're not pups, but don't lose your joie to be. They had no clue what he meant. Just more beer I can't spend.
Do you hear something? I think they're alive.
Saturn, Saturn's a weeping. Saturn, cold is creeping.
Saturn spoke through the void, calling every asteroid. Start a special mission, lead an expedition. This silence we cannot afford.
Saturn's rings heard all the signals, and the signs were very clear. The constellations left their stations. We don't think they'll reappear. The Milky Way's in trouble, so we come to spread the news. We got a message from Saturn. You're not playing enough blues.
Did they say blues?
They said blues.
Blues?
Yeah, blues.
What's all the fuss?
They said there's a danger.
Yeah, the danger's to us.
We can't help you. It's the first we've heard the news. We've got your message from Saturn, but we don't know a thing about the blues.
Saturn,
They're doing it again.
Saturn's a weeping. Saturn, cold is creeping.
Saturn spoke to us all, asteroids so large and small. Stop your revolutions, we need resolutions. Shouted like a bugle call.
Northern stars have all departed, up and vanished from the sky. Southern stars are leaving.
We don't know the reasons why.
This isn't Earth some major problem. There is no time to sit and snooze. We got a message from Saturn. You're not playing enough blues.
That message is not for us. If you've got a stellar problem, better read Copernicus.
We're just 3 kids from Queens, New York. We're no good with space rescues.
We got your message from Saturn.
We know. We're not playing enough blues.
Saturn.
Oh no.
Saturn's weeping. Saturn.
It won't stop.
Cold is creeping.
Saturn needs ones like you who'll see the battle through.
Overcome resistance, struggle for existence. We will be a retinue.
We can tell that you are frightened. You are wise to hesitate. The coldness you feel creeping keeps increasing if you wait. You say you will not help us. You don't even know the blues. But if you won't help us and you won't help us, then who? There is no time to wonder whether you will join the fight. This is Saturn's message, and we only have tonight. The Milky Way is dying now. Don't just stand there and refuse. We got a message from Saturn. You're not, I'm not, you're not, he's not, you're not, we're not, you're not playing what we're saying in a blues.
That was Message from Saturn, featuring middle and high school students of ZA. Jazz youth sing these roles, backed by the Astro Intergenerational Jazz Orchestra. Message from Saturn is the jazz drama program's response to a comment credited to the truly original band leader and self-described interplanetary traveler Sun Ra. I got a message from Saturn. We're not playing enough blues. Composer, pianist, jazz evangelist Elijah Yaman thought about this for 10 years, then joined the librettist lyricist Clifford Carlson to create the Message from Saturn. The jazz drama program creates jazz musicals, provides educational experiences to youth and teachers, and provides jazz performances that are multi-generational and multi-art form. Check them out at info@thejazzdramprogram.org. Before the jazz drama program, we heard a band called the Jazz Thieves. From their album, we heard the title tune, Brooklyn Elegy, evoking a coming of age and is inspired by the interactions between the 20-something musicians and one of the older ones in Brooklyn's independent rock and roll scene. The quartet on this cut are John Gray, the bassist, band leader, composer, lyricist, and producer of the Jazz Thieves, Matt Robbins, voice and piano, Ayumi Ishita, saxophone, and Time Ford, drums. Their music is a modern exploration of the many stories, voices, and styles that comprise and influence jazz. Go to jazzthieves.com. The set started off with the swinging Robert Rodriguez trio, starring Robert Rodriguez piano, Hans Glossingnig bass, and Marcus Gilmore drums. From Robert's album Melodies and Fantasies, we heard Blues Fantasy. Robert was born in New York City and raised in Miami, but returned to New York City in 2000, and since his arrival, he has been plenty busy playing with legendary jazz musicians like Arturo Sandoval and Ray Barreto, just to name a few. Melodies and Fantasies is Robert's debut trio recording. The music on this album stretches out in the contemporary modern jazz idiom and features all original compositions. He's at robrodmusic.com. Coming up, Frank Catalano, songstress Allison Adams Tucker, and baritone saxophonist Leigh Pilzer on The Jazz Intersection. That's Leigh Pilzer on baritone saxophone, leading off on a tune called Thaddish, which is Leigh's attempt to capture a bit of the spirit of Thad Jones from her album called Strunkin'. This is Leigh's first recording as a band leader. She is joined by longtime friends and colleagues Jen Krupa on trombone, Sherry Miracle on drums, Amy Shook on bass, and Jackie Warren on piano. These women are all accomplished musicians. Leigh relates that Strunkin' is in the memory of Dr. Stephen Strunk, a talented and brilliant musician and scholar, a patient and kind teacher and mentor. She's at PILZER.com. Before Leigh, we heard Allison Adams Tucker from her album Wanderlust during her take on Pat Metheny's Better Days Ahead. Wanderlust means a strong innate desire to rove or travel about. Allison offers a travel memoir in song on her third album and sings in 6 languages, which vividly captures the yearning of the invertebrate travel for the romance and adventure of experiencing far-flung corners of the globe. Whether you understand any of the languages, the emotion of every word is crystal clear thanks to Allison's lucid articulation and supple, silken phrasing. She's at AllisonAdamTucker.com. The set started off with, as I promised from the last session, the original cut Chicago Eddie from the album Bye Bye Blackbird, blowing in from Chicago for Von Vansky Freeman and Eddie Rope-a-Dope Harris, featuring Frank Catalano, tenor saxophone, Jimmy Chamberlain drums, Nir Felder guitar, and Demos Petropoulos Hammond B organ. Here, Frank Catalano pays tribute to Von Freeman and Eddie Harris, who were just a few of the bold and innovative tenor saxophonists from Chicago's rich tradition. Go to CatalanoMusic.com. Well, we close this session with our final cut from Basically Baker Volume 2, the big band music of David Baker, starring the Busili Wallarab Jazz Orchestra. You'll hear the tune Bebop, a Dizzy Gillespie composition from this 2-CD packet, is the only non-Baker composition on the album. The album is produced by Brent Wallarab, who is also conductor, trombonist, and musical director, and trumpeter Mark Busili. But the music and story is about trombonist David Baker, who we lost in March 2016, and significantly, much of the material comes from David's first decade at Indiana University as head of jazz studies, stretching from the mid-1960s to the 1970s. So enjoy Bebop and learn more at PATOISrecords.com. And remember to continue your human revolution. Aloha and mahalo. Section.